Great people, welcome to NameTech channel. My name is Nehemiah, and I'm very much happy to have you on board. So this is lesson 3 on Django, and we are going to talk about on how to create models, how to insert data, how to update data, how to delete data, and also how to update the models. But then before I begin, please take a minute, subscribe, like, and share the video to your friends. And to the returning subscribers, I really appreciate you very much for your continuous support. So let's begin by first understanding what is Django models. Now, basically, a Django model is just like a table in your database. So up to this point, the output has been, static data from Python or HTML templates based on the previous lectures that we had. But then now we will see how Django allows us to work with data without having to change or upload files in the process. So basically in Django, data is created in objects called models, of which it's actually table in a database. So guys, basically these scripts here, these files here are the files that we created in the previous lectures. So I think if you don't understand them, you can watch my previous lesson, basically lesson 1 and 2. You'll understand how we got these files here. So we are going to proceed from where we left the other time. So to create a model, then I navigate to the members folder here. Navigate to the members folder on your files. I don't know what you gave it on your end, the name you gave for your app on your end. And then once you are here, guys, basically you can open it, and basically you can navigate to the models file. Here it is, models file. And then guys, basically here I want us to create to add a member table by creating a class, a member class, and I describe the table in it. So first of all, I can delete this comment, or let me just add the class here. So first of all, let me create a class. I can call it a member. Let me call it a member, and then what I do, let me pass in what models dot model dot model. Then you remember to do what, you remember to close with the colon, the full colon. Then here let's create the let's create what text field here. Basically I want us to add the first field. It's gonna be perhaps first name in a text field, and will contain the first name of the members. So what I do, let me say first, perhaps first, is it, let me say first name. I think this is a spelling for first name, and then let me assign it to models, and then a dot character field, that is character field. And then what I do, let me add in the maximum character length. So let me say a max length. I can give it perhaps 255 characters. Let me do, guys, let me duplicate this one. That is shift alt and then down key to duplicate the the codes, and then here I'm gonna change it to last name, right? Let me just change it to last name like that. So guys, basically this second field is the last name, and it's also a text field with the members last name. So guys, basically both first name and the last name, we have set up the maximum character of 255 characters. So guys, basically let me talk about the SQLite database in a few. Now guys, when we create the Django project, we got an empty SQL database. Now it was created in the in this NameTech. When we created this NameTech, and then a root folder of which it has a name. It has the name what. First of all, let me do it. Let me close. Basically, let me close these members, and then guys, I basically consider that we have this file here called db.sqlite. SQLite 3. Then guys, basically by default all models created in Django a project will created as tables in the database. So now guys, basically now that we want to migrate, or let me talk about how to migrate. So guys, basically now when we have described a model in the models.py, in this section, these are members, a folder, and then in the models a file, then we must run a command to actually create the table in the database. So what you do, navigate to your project directory. So let me open the file explorer, and then mine it was at the desktop. Then while you are here, open your project, the file for your project. And then here at the top, just click once, or you can use CD on your terminal. But then I like working with this. Just click on this URL, then I type in here cmd, and then it will open. And then guys, I remember I told you that before you work on the Django project, you must always do at activate. And basically to activate, you're gonna write in script. So let me show you guys what these stuffs are. So when you on your project, let me go to to my project here. So guys, basically you can see there's a file here called scripts. So when we want to activate, we specify these as scripts, and then to activate, you can see the file here is called activate.bat. So this is the file that help us to activate what the virtual environments. So it is scripts, then backslash, then we are gonna type in activate. Sorry, it was activate dot bat, activate dot bat. Then I do at click enter. So guys, basically you have just activated the virtual environment. So guys, let's now run this command. Type in py manage.py. Basically manage.py is a file in our project. Then we're gonna run this command. Let me see, make migrations, so make migrations like that, then to members, then and then guys, I click enter. And so guys, basically the results will be like this. Now guys, basically Django creates a file describing the changes and stores the file in the migration folder. So guys, basically now when you navigate to the members and to the migration, you'll have let me just go there so that you can understand what we are talking about. Now to the members, and then to the migration, and then there's a file 0000100, this file guys, basically this file. And then let's open it. So guys, basically there's something that you need to know here. You need to note that Django inserts an ID field for your tables, which is an auto increment a number. The first records get the value of 1, the second one 2, and so forth. So this is the default behavior of Django, but you can override it by describing your own ID field. Now the table is not yet created now, but we will have to run one more command. Then Django will create and execute a SQL statement based on the content of the new file in the migration folder. So what you do, navigate to actually go to your command prompt, and then run this command here. Just type in what py space manage dot py space manage dot py. Then I type in what migrate. Sorry, should be migrate. Migrate like this. Then I do what, I click enter. So guys, basically when you have these results, it means that you have a member table on your database. Now let me talk about how to view SQL. Now guys, basically as a side note, you can view the SQL statement that were executed from the migration above. all you have to do is to run this command with the migration number. So what we do, let me just write this command. Let me say pi, and then I manage dot pi, and then let me type in SQL what migrate, SQL migrate, and then members, and then this one is 0001. Then let me click enter. So guys, basically I think up to this point we are now set to insert data in our database. So remember, this table that we have just created is just an empty table. So we will use a Python interpreter, that is a Python shell, to add some members to it. So to open a Python shell, we are going to type in this command. So let me just type in, let me move it here. Let me type in pi, and then manage manage dot pi, and then we are going to type in what shell to open the Python shell, and then I click on enter. So guys, basically this is how you can activate, or this is how you can open the Python shell interpreter. And then now guys, what we do just at the end of this these are three lines, three words. They are called three greater than symbols on your keyboard, or they are called angle brackets. I don't know the specific name, but then at the end of that, these are three kind of angle brackets. We are going to write some commands here. Let me say from what, from members, dot models, should be dot models, members dot models dot import a member. Remember, it begins the class name which began with a capital letter. So let me say member. So from members dot models dot import member, and then we do at hit enter and write. First of all, click enter or return on your keyboard, and then again basically to look at the empty member table, just write member dot should be dot object, member dot objects, so it should be objects dot all, and then open and close the parentheses like that. Then I do at click enter again. So guys, when you click on enter, you will get an empty query set object like this. And guys, basically a query set is a collection of data from a database. But then we shall talk about the query sets in the future tutorials. However, let me now show you how to add a record to the table by executing the following commands. So first of all, define your object. Perhaps let me say member. Then let me assign it to perhaps something like let me now use a member table. Let me say member, and then here let me say perhaps the first name. I can say perhaps let me say Nehemiah, and then I close the quotation mark, then a comma, then at the last name I can say something like my name. Last name is Wekesa. Let me say Wekesa. And then I do what? Let me close. And then also close what? Let me close the parentheses. Then I do what? Click on enter. Now guys, basically to save that member, we are gonna do this. We are gonna say member, the variable there, member dot save. Then you remember to close with these two parentheses, then I click and it will save. And so guys, basically if you want to see if the member table got a member, we're gonna write this command. So the member table, first of all, write a member to define the member table. Then let me say dot objects, dot objects, then dot all, then also close, then also the values, then open and close, then click enter, and then again basically you can see now the query set is no longer empty. We have first name Nehemiah, and then last name Wekesa. So guys, basically this is how you can do it. This is how you can add those members. Remember, for me, I had already added some values earlier before this tutorial. That's why you can see it is the ID number 7. And so guys, I hope the results will look like mine, despite maybe on your end it can be 1 here instead of 7. Remember, we have auto increment. I had already added some values. That's why it has picked from number 7. In so guys, let me now show you how to add multiple records at a single time on our basically on our table. So first of all, you are gonna define the objects. Perhaps let me say perhaps member one. Then let me assign it to the members table, member table, and then the first name I can say perhaps let me first of all just say first name, and then what I do, let me pass in. Actually, let me give it perhaps let me give it perhaps something like Cynthia. Then I close, and then the second one, actually the last name, let me say perhaps let me assign it to something like let me say Wanchiru or Wanchiru, and then let me close, and then do what, let me also close the parentheses like this. Then in this a new line of code, let me just change the values from 1 to 2, and then again let me go to another line of code. Then let me do it, let me say perhaps let me change it to, first of all let me just change the values from 2 to member 3. Let me say member 3, and then guys, I want to show you how to add multiple records. So guys, what you are going to do, first of all, create the list. So let me say perhaps let me call it a members underscore list, then let me assign it to this list. A list is defined using the squared brackets. Then perhaps let me say member 1 comma member 2 comma, then member 3, there are 3. Then I do what, let me close the the squared brackets. So guys, basically in this line, let me call the bulk create to create for us these members list. So first of all, it is a member table. Let me say member table, member dot objects, member dot, and then I'm gonna do it. Let me use a bulk create underscore create. Then we're gonna do what, we're gonna pass in what there's that list, which is members underscore list, member underscore list. And then guys, basically is gonna do what, is gonna create for us these actually those are members there. So guys, basically that's how you can do it. That's how you can add the members. So how do we check those, if those members are added? So what we are gonna do guys, let me just write this line of code. Let me say member dot objects, then do what, let me say print all, then we are gonna want to obtain the values. So let me say values, then open and close the parentheses, then click enter, and then again basically you can see that we have added those multiple records in our in our database, actually basically in our models. So guys, let me now show you how to update data, or basically how to update records. Now to update records that are already in the database, we must first of all get the records that we want to update. So you first of all import the module. Remember, for me, I've already imported the module in this terminal, but then it's a good practice always to import. So let me show you how to do that, otherwise you'll have an error if you have not imported. So let me say from members dot models import import a member table, member from members dot models import member. Then what I'm gonna do here, let me create a variable, basically a record that let me create a variable for the project, actually the record that we want to update. Then let me assign it to the member table dot objects, and then dot basically dot all, and then let me create this empty rounded brackets. Then let me pass in the record that we want to modify. Remember, for me, indexing has begun from 7, but then you must specify. I think on your end it is 1. It began from 1. So for me, I had already practiced earlier before I created this video, so that's why it has begun from 7. But then I just type in 1, and then I do click enter to create that variable for the object that we want to update. So basically for me it will be 7. So guys, basically this x will represent the member at index 1. I type in x, then let me say first name, first name, first name. Then I click enter. Oh, so on my end it is Cynthia here. So basically it's a record number what, number 9. I don't know how indexing is done here. We can change the values in this record. So what we do, first of all, let me say perhaps let me define the index that I want to modify the record. So let me say first name. For example, I want to change that Cynthia. So let me say first name. And basically that is Cynthia. I'm gonna change it to something else like let me say let me use Abigail. And then I'll close the quotation mark. Then first of all, click enter, and then I'll do what, say x dot save inside this and then I actually add this empty tuple here. So guys, let's execute the code to see if basically the command to see if the member table got updated. So let me say member member dot objects, dot all, and then let's print out the values. So let me say dot values, and dot values, then inside these rounded brackets. And then guys, basically let's check out if it has updated that to Abigail. Actually, to Abigail, let's see if we have updated to Abigail here. So let me now show you how to delete records. To delete record in a table, start by getting the record that you want to delete. For example, let me define the record with variable x, and then let me assign it to the members tables dot, the member should be it is just member, it was member, and then dot objects, and then dot objects dot all, then there is empty opening and closing rounded brackets, and then define the record that you want to modify. Perhaps let's say it is basically the record that we want to delete. For example, let's say 1 again, then I do what, let me close. So we have defined the record that we want to delete. So now what we are going to do here, first of all, let me say, for example, x, let me just say x, then this x, I'm going to say Okay, so let me see it. So x dot first name, first name, first name, then I hit enter. But basically it is Abigail. And then now guys, basically let me show you how to delete it. Now we can delete the record by typing this command. Let's say x dot delete, and then you close with these empty rounded brackets. Then I do it, click enter. Then it will do it. It will delete the results. Basically, let me show you how to check that if it is deleted or not. So what we do, type in a member. Type in member dot objects, then dot all, and then dot all dot, and then all, and then open and close those are rounded brackets. Then I'll type in values, then again the empty rounded brackets. Then I do at hit enter, and then guys, basically you can see now we have done what we have just deleted there. It's no longer available here. You can see there's no Abigail anywhere here to be seen. And the record number 8. So it was at the number 8. You can see it is now 7, 9. So here you can see it was 8, Abigail, and the last name was Wanjira. Now it's no longer available here. So basically that's how you can do it. That's how you can delete a record. So guys, let me now show you how to update the Django model. So guys, basically you can add fields in the model. Basically, to add a field to a table after it is created, what you do, just go to to navigate to the models, model section, members, then models, and then what you do, let's update it. Let's update, perhaps let's add in perhaps the phone number and the date and some such stuff. So what you do, just go to type in perhaps phone, then let's assign it to perhaps model. Let's say models, and then let's say integer. Let's use integer here. So let me say integer field. Now is not a string because I want to add in the phone number, and then add in the empty these empty rounded brackets for phone, and perhaps the date. Let's say date, date joined, or let me just say date. Sorry, let me say date underscore, or let me just say joined underscore date. Then let me assign it to models. Sorry, should be in small letters. So let me say models. Then let me add in date field like this. Date field, and then guys, basically, as you can see, we want to add a phone and also the date that a member was joined in our member model. So guys, basically this is a change in the model structure, and therefore we have to make a migration to tell Django that it has to update the database. So what we do, and navigate to your project. Let's go to our project here, and then guys, first of all, I can clear these stuff. So then again, let me go to my project. It is here, the name tag. Then I type in cmd, or you can use a cd if you're good with that. But then to find the directory easily, you can just get it there. And then what you do here, just type in pi. But first of all, activate by typing scripts, scripts, then backslash, then let's say activate dot bat, and then I do at hit enter on your keyboard. Then now let's try to migrate. So type in my pi, then migrate. Actually it should be manage dot py, manage dot py, then let's say make a migration, make migrations, and then do what for members, make migrations members, then do what hit enter. So guys, basically you can see we have these results here. So what we do, let me select option 2 and open the models.py file again, and now allow null values for basically for two new fields. So what you do, just do what just type in a 2 here, select a 2, then I do what hit enter. So guys, basically let's navigate to the models, basically to the models, and then to actually to members, then models dot py here, and then guys, basically we're gonna do what we are gonna add in. We are gonna add in the null. So let me say a null. Let's give it a true value, true boolean, a true value. Should be true. Also, basically the date field I forgot here. It should be it should be null. Also, a null true. I forgot to add here the opening, the closing brackets. So guys, let's try to do it, to make migration again. So let's go back to our let's try to add what to add the to basically to run the commands again. So just type in py, then manage dot py, then make migrations of members, then do what hit enter. So guys, basically you can see that migration for members, and then such stuffs here. So guys, basically this is how you can do it, this is how you can add those are new, you can modify the database. And then guys, let's run this command. Just type in a py, then let me say manage manage.py, and then type in migrate, then hit enter. So guys, when you click enter, you can see it will give you these results here. So guys, let me now show you how to insert data. So guys, basically you can insert data to the two new fields with the same approach that we use to update data just recently. So first of all, let's activate the Python interpreter. So first of all, let's say py, then manage.py, then let's say a shell, then I hit what hit enter, then it will activate it. Then here what we are gonna do guys, let's just at the bottom guys, just at the end of this these are forward actually the angle brackets for greater than, and then we are going to do it. Let's write these first of all, let's import the module. Let's say from members dot models do it basically from members dot models import, should be import what we're going to import members, member table, member like that, then do what hit enter. And then after that guys, let's create a variable for the the phone number. Guys, basically first of all, let's create a variable for that member table, basically the record that we want to modify. So what you do, just type in a member, and then dot object, member dot objects, then dot all, and then do what open and close these empty parentheses, and then let's give it perhaps 0, then I do what, hit enter, and then basically for phone number also let's use x dot let me see, perhaps phone. It was phone. I think the variable was phone, right? Let me just confirm. Let me go there. It was phone, yeah, right, phone. Then just type in phone, and then let's assign it to a number like 1 2 3 4 5, and then a date modified. So let's say x dot date date underscore. Actually, it was joined date. Let me just check. It was joined date. Let me just copy, and then I do it here. Let me do it. Let me paste it there, and then join date. Then let me assign it to basically to this date. Perhaps let me say something say like 2023, and today is March, that is 03. And then when is the date? Let me just check. It is March 2nd. So let me say 02, and then I do it hit enter. Then let's now save. Let's say x dot save, x dot save. Then open and close these parentheses. Then I do it hit enter to save. And so guys, let me now write a command here to check all the members table to see if it was updated. So just type in a member dot objects dot all. Then open and close these parentheses. Then type in dot values. Sorry, should be values. Then open and close. Then do at hit enter. And then guys, basically you can see that it is now updated. And then you can see that in this first one, we have done what we have added the date which was 1 2 3. Actually the phone, then at the date time you can see it is these values there. So guys, basically this is how you can do it. That's how you can modify the module. And I think guys, you've gained something on this tutorial. So guys, please if you have understood or gained something, please consider subscribing, like and share this video to your friends. Until next time, this is Nehemiah. Goodbye.